Exciting.
Then the straight line coming through, that's a great line as well.
Memorable.
England are the winners of the Six Nations.
Resilient. I think this season has probably been my best season that I've had playing rugby. I've changed my mentality a lot. I've said to myself, I want to play rugby with a smile on my face. Hopefully it only goes and gets better from now on. I had meningitis in September 2019. It was actually a Friday evening, just before we were meant to play Richmond, and I just went really heavy. A few hours later, I was vomiting and unable to walk. My body had never been so sore. I just remember saying to the paramedics, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. All of a sudden I was quarantined in my own little ward for the next 10 days. They said if I came in a day later, I could have lost my legs. Going from being a really fit, young rugby player to not even being able to do day-to-day tasks, that's probably when I felt at my worst. It was a scary experience. I made my comeback just before Christmas. In January, I was dropped in a line out and I broke my ankle. Completely shattered it. They said that it was basically like a break that they'd never seen before. A lot of people said that I'd never play rugby again. And that was kind of the moment of realisation where I probably wasn't fully healthy. Like, I was match fit, I could play a game of rugby, but was I actually recovering? That was a crazy journey because it was all through COVID. All of my rehab was done by myself in the garden. The biggest day I probably remember is having a tree trunk log and having to jump off that. And it probably took me about half an hour just to do a little jump. That for me was like a big achievement. I had my mum and dad like cheering me on in the garden. I'm so grateful for what they did and for what Saracens did to help me get back on the pitch. It was never in my mind to give up. I don't think that's in me to just give up. That's where I then realised, okay, I think I need a bit of a change for myself, and started having a conversation with Gerard at Harlequins. S&C was a massive thing for me. Just being able to have a really open relationship with American Sam, who have transformed me into an athlete rather than just someone that can play rugby. I think that's what I love about Harlequins so much, is that everyone in the club wants you to be as good a player as you are as a person. It's not just about developing as a rugby player. I need to actually work for this and get back to being better than I was before. There was part of me that went silent about playing for England for a while. I didn't know if it was in reach. The only way you get opportunities is by working hard. Going into England camp, I have nothing to lose, so I just wanted to go out there and prove both to myself and to everyone else how far I've come. Being involved in a whole Six Nations campaign, I wouldn't have expected that whatsoever. I don't think anybody expected it whatsoever. I know that I've still got a lot to learn. I know that I've still got a lot of growth. I still know that there's a lot of incredible players in front of me. I now look to the future of like 2025 World Cup and think I want to make my mark on that World Cup. So there's been a lot of change, but it's only been change that's made me a better person, both on and off the pitch. So I'm very happy where I am 4 years later. Yeah, it feels good.